All right, let me dive in here, guys, because I do want to teach something tonight. So this is going to be a kind of a cool lesson because it is proof that you, even me, you don't know what the market's going to do until it tells you what it's going to do. That's the topic tonight. I was going to go through the dots on buying and selling. We'll push that off. We got every night here to learn. But tonight is a great learning lesson that I can use myself as the example of, you know, when we were looking at, I always want to call it space monkeys for some reason.
Space misfits. Space crown.
Yeah, space misfits. But I'm gonna dial in here and we're gonna look at some things. I'm gonna bring up my favorite chart, KuCoin here, but I gotta see the volume here, and our volume is still being worked on, and so you know it is what it is. But you're gonna get some really cool lessons tonight. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. We had this big rejection here. Market wasn't ready to go. You know, we're kind of, and we talked about these candles last night. And I'm on the 1 hour now, so I'm gonna zoom in here. But let's do this. Let's have fun. And we know that it's going to go up. But okay, hang on. I'm gonna stop sharing. We're gonna do something fun. Okay, you guys ready for something fun? Stop sharing. I gotta do something here. Hang on a second. You guys can't see my screen, right? All right, we have no candles on the chart, none at all. Okay, all we have is volume down here. And I'm gonna go along the volume at the bottom here, and I gotta pull up the chat so I can see the chat. Okay, I can see the chat. All right. Looking at just the volume, when we look at the buy volume, remember, is green, sell volume is red. I want you to tell me when you think the market started to try to go up. Okay, and I'm gonna go one at a time. You know, obviously this was going down, so we'll start with the down here, and down. Now I'm gonna go across. In the chat, put a 1 when you think the market's going to go up, and I'm going to go one bar at a time. Here's the bar. I'm looking for ones. Here's a bar. Okay, nobody's saying. Okay, whoops, somebody. Okay, hang on. There we go. So so Deb, so I don't have to look at that. You tell me when I get a 1. Okay.
All right.
Okay, and I got a couple of ones on this one.
You've got 4 ones on that candle.
Okay, here, anything, here, anything.
And yeah, you got a 1 on the next one after the green.
Here?
All right, we'll say that she did that on the green candle there.
On the green candle, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're looking for green bars. Green bars, that means up volume, okay? All right, so, and we're really looking for when the market made a decision to really try to go up, okay? So there's a good one, okay? And we'll talk about each one of these, and this is gonna be really fun. Okay, here.
Okay, you're getting some ones. There. Getting some ones on that one.
Okay. Now really think them through, don't pick every one of them, okay? Because we'll have lines on every one. Here, not here, here.
You did get a 1 on the 3rd green.
Right here, okay.
Yeah.
I can go with that. And that was just 1?
1.
Okay, I'm gonna lighten that because that was just 1. Okay.
You got 2 now, 2 ones.
Okay, so if I get more than 3, let's see, I had 3 on this one, I think.
Yes.
Okay, all right, if I get more than 3, I'll go blue. If I get less than 3, I'll go yellow or whatever. Okay, all right, we're here. How about this one?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ones, 6 ones.
Oh boy,
7, 8.
they really have a lot of hope in this one, huh? Okay, this one,
1,
all the red
2.
ones will go past the red ones. How about this green?
You got 2 on the second green candle over there.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Oops. This one, there we
Yeah.
go. How about this green? This green. How about this green?
Yeah, 1, 2,
2.
2,
Okay.
3, 4.
Oh, guys, make up your mind. Come on. No. All right. And you know what? I'm going to make this one kind of a. I'm going to make this a special color because they went kind of crazy on this one, Deb. It's a purple one. Okay. How about this green?
1.
1. Okay.
So far.
Oops. Come on.
2.
2. Okay. All right. I'm going to save you guys on all these little greens and these reds and these little greens because they're way down there in volume. Okay. Well, how about here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Is that that sounds like another purple.
11.
This one was the purple one. Let's do that. Purple
12,
again.
13, 14, 15.
So right there on that one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm imagining you guys are going to be consistent on these 3. Okay. So I'm just going to bracket these 3 because they all go up in volume. Would that be okay with everybody?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I want to be fair. Okay. And I'm looking over here because that's where the chat is instead of here where you guys are. So, all right. Just so everybody's clear what I'm doing. Okay. Let's go on across here. Anything in here? How about here?
There's a 1. There's a 1. 2 ones. 3, 4.
Okay. Blue.
5, 6, 7.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to go to here and put that. And and these 2 are kind of going to go with that, yes or no? What are these 2? Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
All right. What happened here on this red one? Anybody? I don't know. I'm not looking at the candles. I don't know. Okay. Sellers may have won. So we may have had a little sell, right? Possible. So I'm going to make that a red. And boy, if you guys get all these wrong, I'm going to be super embarrassed. No. Okay. How about this green one here? 1. Okay.
1s. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Wow. Now it's going to get interesting. How about here?
Yep. Multiple 1s.
Okay. Now, this one.
Yep.
And this one.
Multiple 1s. Yeah. Lots of 1s.
Okay.
In
Okay.
here.
I'm only doing those first 2. So I'm going to take it to this second one here because, well, I'll put it on both of them. Okay. And how about this one here?
Yep. 1, 1 so far. Oh, wait.
Okay.
The big red one or the green one?
The big green one.
2 1s.
Okay.
3, 4.
Now, this is a tricky one. I think we're going to see something on this one that's called exhaustion. Can't guarantee it, but it's super high volume, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, there's tons of volume. But it looks like, because it's so extreme, that it could be what we call exhaustion, okay? All right, I'm gonna come back here, I'm gonna go to settings, I'm gonna take these little bad boys and I'm gonna put them back in. Whoop. Okay, say okay. Let's see how we did. This was a volume that you guys first picked. We had a little pullback, right? And we had a little up. Not so sure on this one. Everybody thought this one was going up, okay? And a little up, right? And then we roll over. So we're going to talk about that one in a second. But from your pick on your first one, if you did a good pullback, you were patient for your entry, about 17% to the top of the wick up here, 69%. Good job, guys. Okay. All right. So that's your first win. Okay. And this one here. So this one for the wick high was 69 from the close of this one to the entry here. You guys got 57%. A couple of you guys, so if you were already in here, you probably didn't take this one. This one here, everybody was excited about, but it was after the fact. So the candle already closed. So the max that this one got was 6%. If I made that decision and I took that trade after this big wick, I probably wouldn't do that, right? Because we all understand that this big wick is rejection. Now I can see the volume and I can see the candle both. The move had already kind of happened, and I had a rejection. So even though the volume's there, not a good buy, but the candle tells me part of the story and the volume tells me the other part of the story. Okay, so let's go on down. All right. So some of you guys bought here, okay? Probably holding. Some of you bought here, and I'm going to put a line in between these two, because buying in these ranges where we see volume come in may be a great place to accumulate, right? We talk about accumulation when we see that volume. Maybe not a bad trade, but a place to accumulate. I'm going to put that line there. Say okay. All right. So we made no profit yet. Oh, hang on. So now we get some purples in here, but some people are already in over here. What did that look like? What did that mean to them? Just based on this volume coming in, if you weren't real fast on your entry, watch the market, got to pull back, maybe got a better entry. Let's give you a little better entry here, okay? The max that this one went was 14%, okay, so far, right? Now you got in on this one. Maybe you got in on this one. It has a little wick, no big deal. Okay, so now we got entries here and here. I'm gonna put some things on here so we know. Okay, let's put a couple of stars here. We had an entry there. Maybe didn't cash out, didn't quite move enough, right? Come on. What are you doing? Okay, had a couple entries here. We had an entry here. So I'm looking at these entries that didn't immediately take off, right? Had another one here. Okay, a couple of them here. We'll put one in there. Okay, so from our lowest entry here to this wick high, that trades in 22% profit. From this trade here, it's 14% profit. So all of these are about 14%. Oh my, okay. So we see a large volume come in. We have a breaking trade, right? And all of you guys say, let's get in. Okay, well, our earliest trade down here to the close of this candle here is now 29% in profit, 39% in profit, and these trades here are 27% in profit. Okay, we have a little breather, but no big down volume, okay? So you guys that said you wanted to get in here, okay, if you missed it, there's another opportunity here, multiple opportunities, because there's no big down volume like this coming in, right? So maybe these guys made their 28%, we got our 39%. You come in here, you're in this trade now, and look at this. Okay. From your entry here to the top of this move is 92%. Okay. 92%. Now, why did I say this volume was different than what you might be expecting? Okay. Here's why. I'll move this to the side. We don't have any really big wicks. We don't have a whole lot going on. When we put the indicator on our charts that Brendan and I developed, we'll be able to see how many buyers and how many sellers were actually in this candle. But anytime I get a massive volume candle, massive, extreme over anything else, the only way to get that is to have a large conflict, usually between buyers and sellers. Lots of buying, lots of selling going on, which creates what is called exhaustion, okay? And so anytime we've had a move happen, when we've had a move happen and we get this, that's exhaustion. When we have a down move, and we had already had a down move, and we had a big down volume at the end of the down move, that's down exhaustion. This is up exhaustion, okay? Brendan and I used to have a rule. We always exited out at the end of any big candle with high volume for exhaustion. We just, no matter what happened next, we were out, right? That was our profit. Because the probabilities are that the next thing is going to happen here, where even if I took it all out at the top here, when this closed, the opportunity, even if this continued to come back down, my ability to get back in here at almost 17, 18% deeper gave me an opportunity to bank out and put money back in. So you guys read the volume perfect. You read accumulation volume, which was all down here. You were seeing the accumulation. Now it could have come deeper, right? Then we would have cost averaged our trades. But we're reading the accumulation. We're seeing the volume come in. Okay, people are playing here. A little bit more buy volume than sell volume, a little bit more buy volume than sell volume coming in, right? Accumulation, accumulation, accumulation. They're setting up this move. That is what's happening. So the bigger traders are coming in and accumulating, but not over accumulating. They're trying to get as many tokens as they can before they drive this market, right? Before they drive this. Because in anybody's books, when you can make, and you can drive this thing, and you can make 147%, that's a good day, right? But all we didn't look at the candles. Now, the candles, I think, complete the story. The volume tells us to wake up. It's the bell ringing, right? Something's going on here. Pay attention, right? And so we get the bell ringing. Now we put that in perspective with what the market's doing. Did the market come down, stabilize out, and now buy volume's coming in, which might signify accumulation? Ring, 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 right? The bell's ringing, the volume showing. If we're in this to play this game, right? Then these are the signals to tell us to play. Now, when we looked at the market the other night, I said, well, it could come deeper. Well, it decided not to. I can't and won't ever be always right, right? All I'm doing is reading the market at that moment with the information that that market's giving me. But as the market matures, as the market begins, as the players in this game begin to kind of formulate and things begin to gel and begin to happen, that's all told to us in the candle movement and in the volume, okay? Sometimes that'll be wrong because we could have accumulation going on and then something fundamentally happens. Some news comes out about the coin, something happens somewhere, and then we get this drop. Well, that's trading, right? We got to be okay with that. That's trading. We read this thing right, we accumulated correctly. Now we get this drop. Okay, now we wait for the next setup to accumulate again and then cost average everything together so that we can trade our stuff out in profit and keep trading, right? That's how we do it, right? It's super powerful. So I'm so proud of you guys. You saw the volumes, you read the volumes, not looking at the candles, and you traded this just like a pro, right? This is how we would trade. Read the volume. The key here, and I'll say it again, is not getting freaked out when it's not right, right? Because things do change. Just have that plan of what to do when it isn't right. You know, how do I trade that? How do I get back in the game? How do I fix it? How do I cost average my way out of this? Okay, super lesson. So now let's go over to nSights. When I look at nSights here, and I'm on this coin, I'm going to go to my order listings. And here it is. I got one trade that's 42% in profit. One trade, it was negative a few minutes ago. Now it's 3.59% in profit. I can, from right here, I can sell now and sell that trade, okay? And I could leave this one to run for more profit if I wanted, okay? Or I could, again, come over to stats and I could cost average the two together. I could close both of them if I wanted to. So there's two ways to close. Tonight, I'm going to close here. I'm going to close from the open order tab. Okay, I'm going to hit custom mapping first. There is no sold trades for me to map this to. So later I will teach you what custom mapping is and how we can use that little function right there to change your life, literally. Okay, that's coming. I don't want to get too deep, too fast with everybody. Okay, but I do want to sell this one that's 42% in profit after buying and selling fees. I'm 39% in profit. I'm happy with that. I'm going to hit sell now. It gives me the contract address. I can confirm that if I want to do that to make sure I'm selling to the right contract and somebody hasn't snuck in and put a fake contract in for us to sell our coins to, and then we lose the coins. So that's why we put this here. But I see what I want to see. I'm going to submit the order here. It's going to pop up my MetaMask. I'm going to scroll down and hit confirm. And it'll probably do it one more time on sells. Sells usually do 2 pop-ups, remember? And let that happen here. Yeah, I was right too. There we go. And I'm going to hit confirm. And that has now sold. As soon as this gives me the confirmation, I'll know that the sell went through and we made a good trade, right? Not 100% profit, but you know, I'll take it. 39 is okay with me, right? So guys, trading when you first start just seems like this really mysterious thing. Lots of lines and things happening everywhere and things are going crazy. But there are parts of that I think a lot of the quote unquote gurus right out there really, you know, some of them, you look at their charts, they got more lines than they have candles, right? And it can become very confusing. But at the basic level, what is important? What's important is that when people put their money on the table to trade, either buy or sell, that's real. Lines here, lines there. They can help us interpret the market. And I'm going to show you one. We're going to end with this. And Brendan and I will do a lot of teaching on different indicators that people can use, and some that are useful, some that are useful sometimes and not others. And then some of our custom indicators, right?
Hey, Doug, real quick, I'm so sorry. I cut you
No,
off
you're
right on the
good.
spot. Before you got off of this token and off of this page, I want to clarify something, and that is Doug was our guinea pig this morning, that morning when we were trading. Instead of him sending BUSD in for his trade, he actually sent BNB in from PancakeSwap.
Correct.
Because he did that, nSights can see his trades.
That's right.
nSights on our trades thinks that because it can't see BUSD, it doesn't know what price you got in on. The good news is in your system you can add the price, but first you have to know how to calculate, you have to figure out what your price was. You can add your price per token. Over time, they're going to bring BUSD in as one of our base tokens, so it'll work itself out over time.
Yeah, we got a lot of super important things, guys, that we're doing. Okay, thank you, Deb. Good point. I'm going to end with this because I was talking a little bit about indicators, okay? And I know if Barry's on this call, he loves MACD. I know. Oh, look at my cell. Woo-hoo. Okay. There's a lot of things out here that I'm gonna add here. I'm gonna go to indicators. Let's scroll down. Let's do MACD with the EMA. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do. Okay, we'll do both. All right, no problem. We can do that. One of the things that I like, and that let me clear that one a little bit. It's kind of an early indicator of things that might be happening. Okay. Anytime the volume and MACD is going down, usually the market is going down. See that? It's going down. It actually turns red down here in the bottom. Then it starts going up when this is going up a little bit. But I get right here, and I'm gonna show you guys something that is kind of a advanced indication that something may be getting ready to happen, like this, right? And I'm going to go to this high here. So really what I'm looking at is this high to this high, and it was fairly flat, right? Let me put a line. Okay, let me move this one candle to its right. So I'm really looking at this candle and this candle, the two in between those things, okay? And I'm gonna put a horizontal line right at the top of this one, right? And look at this one comes right to it. It's perfectly level, okay? But what I like is what's called MACD divergence, okay? So something's happening that's different than what the market is interpreting the volume and the movement, okay? Between here and here, these two dots, look at MACD is going down. Okay, I'll make this I'll make this a red line and I'll make it nice. And let's see, can I make it thicker? Oh, here. Make it nice and thick for you. Okay. Okay. Look at that. MACD is actually going down, but the market is staying level. That's divergence. The market should have gone down. It did not. And we had volume come in on this candle that you guys said, hey, good volume. So now I got two indicate. I got three. The candle stayed flat, volume came in, and MACD was in divergence, meaning that it should have gone down, but they didn't let the market go down. That's another sign of accumulation, okay? And there was the candle that set the whole thing off for me, right? Because I have a nice up close candle, I had volume on that candle, and I had indicators telling me that the market was accumulating potentially for this up move. Okay. You guys did all of that without MACD, without divergence, without all of that. But what kind of instructor would I be? What kind of teacher would I be if I didn't twist and stretch your minds a little bit?
Nice. Will you show them real quick how you found that MACD chart?
Sure. I go to indicators. I went down and there's a couple of different MACDs, right? Just MACD here. So there it is. Okay. And we'll go over settings and crosses and stuff like that in a future lesson, but just MACD there. The other thing in MACD that's really interesting, and I'll turn this one back on up here, is the EMA, the exponential moving average here when they cross. That's another lesson we'll talk about. And they have that also in MACD down here. You can see really early on, the blue line crossed above the gold or red line here. And we were holding that up pressure on the MACD really early on, all the way back from really right here, okay? This was going down, MACD wasn't going down as much, and that's shown here in this blue line, okay? And then we get this up move. Lots of fun stuff, right? So guys, that's the lesson for tonight.